My dear students, I welcome you all to my educational channel. The name of my educational channel is Priyanka Datto. In this educational channel, you will find video presentations on English language and literature of school level, college level, as well as of competitive examinations. Now, today's assignment is a video presentation on the poem A Photograph. The name of the poetess is Shirley Toulson. The topic to be covered in today's video presentation is extract based questions and their answers from the poem A Photograph. There is a spelling mistake here. Now let us move to the next slide to look at the first extract. The extract is: the cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands. And she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. The first question from this extract is: who are the two girl cousins? The answer is: the two girl cousins are Dolly and Betty. There is a slight error regarding the color of the answer part, so I am rectifying that problem. Okay. Let us move to the next slide. The question is: how old was the poetess's mother in the photograph? The answer is: in the photograph, the poetess's mother was about 12 years old. Let us move to the next slide. What does the word paddling mean? The answer is: the word paddling means walking through the shallow water with no shoes. Now we shall move to the final slide from this extract. That is, each extract has with it 4 questions. This is the 4th and final question from the first extract. The question is: why was each of the girl cousins holding one of the hands of the poetess's mother? The answer is: each of the girl cousins was holding one of the hands of the poetess's mother, possibly because they were afraid of falling down, or it was a pose for taking the photograph. Let us move to the next slide to look what the second extract is. I am reading out the extract. All 3 stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Now let us move to the first question from this extract. The question is: who shot the photograph? There is a spelling mistake. The answer is: the uncle of the poetess's mother shot the photograph. You may also tell that the uncle of Betty, the father of Betty and Dolly took the photograph. Let us move to the next slide. The question is: how was the face of the poetess's mother before the poetess was born? The answer is: before the birth of the poetess, the face of her mother was good looking. I have somewhat modified the language of the question, so I am telling you to take down an alternative answer. You may write that The face of the poetess's mother was good looking before the poetess was born. Both the answers are correct. You may opt for any one of these. We have come to the next slide. Whose feet are referred to as terribly transient feet? This is the question. Now I shall read out the answer. The feet of three girls, the poetess's mother and her two girl cousins, namely Betty and Dolly, are referred to as terribly transient feet. We have come to the final slide so far as the second extract from this poem is concerned. The question is, what does the phrase smiled through their hair mean? This is a very important phrase. The phrase smiled through their hair means that though their faces were covered with hair that were flying, their smiling face would be seen. You may write down their smiling faces. We shall move to the next slide to look what the third extract is. I am reading out the third extract. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See, Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The first question is, who were Betty and Dolly? The answer is Betty and Dolly were the two girl cousins of the poetess's mother. Let us move to the next slide to look at the second question from this extract. The question is, how would the poetess's mother react to the photograph? The answer is, the poetess's mother would laugh at the snapshot. You may write down photograph because it is there in the question. You need not change the noun here. There is another question in the next slide. So the question is, what is a snapshot? The answer is, a snapshot is an informal photograph taken quickly with a camera. We have come to the final slide so far as the third extract from the poem A Photograph is concerned. There is only one question here, and the question is, what kind of feeling on the part of the poetess's mother is expressed when she says, look how they dressed us for the beach? The answer is, a feeling of uneasiness, if not of shame, on the part of the poetess's mother. You must write the here. On the part of the poetess's mother is expressed when she says, look how they dressed us for the beach. Now let us move to the next slide. And of course, we expect that we shall get a new extract here. Yes, this is extract number 4. And it comprises of 2.5 lines. I am reading out the extract. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both re with the labored ease of loss. The question is, on what occasion was the photograph taken? The answer has not been highlighted in blue color. entirely. So I am making the necessary change. Okay, the change has been done. Now we shall look at the answer. The answer is: the photograph was taken on the occasion of the visit to a seaside place by the poetess's mother and her two girl cousins. Let us move to the next slide to look at the second question from this extract. The question is: in what sense was the sea holiday the laughter of the poetess? The answer is: the sea holiday was the laughter of the poetess in the sense that this holiday caused the photograph to be clicked, and the laughter it produced in the poetess's mother was all that mattered to the poetess. After looking at the answer and hearing it read out by me, you must have got the impression that this is a very important question. And so, if you feel that if this question comes in the examination paper, you will find it difficult to answer it, so I would request you to take down the answer in your copy. Now, I have come to the next slide. Here is a new question. The question is: what does the word loss here refer to? The answer is: the word loss here refers to the death of the poetess's mother, which is, of course, a great loss to the poetess. Let us move to the next slide to look at the final question from extract number 4. The question is: what does the word re here mean? The word re here means changed or transformed to an expression of disappointment. Now let us move to the next slide to find out what the fifth and final extract from the poem A Photograph is. I am reading out the extract. The extract is: now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Then there is the final line: its silence silences. The question is: how long did the girlhood of the poetess's mother exist? If you look at the answer part, you will find that there is a mistake so far as the placement of the word answer is concerned. So I am adjusting it. So wait for a second. So since I cannot adjust it now, I have to do it manually. Okay. Please wait for 2 seconds more. Thank you for your patience. Okay. The answer is: the girlhood of the poetess's mother existed for about 12 years. Let us move to the next slide. The question is: what silences the poetess? The answer is: the silence of the photograph in general and its background in particular silences the poetess. There is a typing error so far as the use of single quotation and double quotation is concerned. A single word, according to me, should have single quotation, so I have adjusted it accordingly. Okay, let us move to the next slide. The question is: what does the poetess refer to as circumstance? The answer is: the poetess refers to the background of her mother's being in the photograph as circumstance. Now we have come to the final slide to get the final question and its answer, so far as the final extract from the poem, or rather extract number 5 from the poem A Photograph is concerned. The question is, what does the word silence here mean? The answer is, the word silence here means lack or absence of life so far as the photograph is concerned. This is all what I have to discuss and provide, my dear students, so far as extract based questions and its answers from the poem A Photograph is concerned. Before I conclude, let me request you to subscribe to my channel, to share my video presentations to your friends, comment your opinion and put forward your queries. I thank you again for being patient enough in looking at the video which is so long, and I say that I shall see you again in my next video presentation. So there is once again typing error. Thank you. See you again.